Hi, Rob from Ram Knife Shoes. Starting a day hike on the Appalachian Trail. Last day of my vacation. And I'm chewing on an apple here, heading up the trail. Okay, so here we are on the trail. This is what I'm looking at, just on the bottom section. This is the AT, and this is about an hour climb. I could do this in about 45 minutes when I'm in the best of shape. My fitness has dropped a little bit, so I suspect it's going to be an hour for me to the top. Good temperature, about 20, maybe 29 degrees. Good hiking, climbing temperature. This is just a day hike, January 2nd. Day hike in a gear video. It's a day hike for me. I pack my knapsack with the usual things that I carry on a day hike when I go into a more remote location. And I'm not going to probably travel as far as I normally would on a long day hike, because I'm going to stop and shoot, unpack my knapsack and shoot what I have inside, show you what I have inside. A little out of breath. I just got going. Usually takes me about 20 minutes or so to warm up and have my heart rate settle in. So it's a climb right off the bat. Start up this trail 100 feet and you're already climbing some pretty steep sections. The steepest is to come still. It's about quarter way up. The trail gets really steep. Anyway, this is a pretty remote section of the AT. About 8 miles across. Doesn't get a lot of foot traffic this time of year. In fact, I don't expect to see anybody today. Real, more hardcore people come out this time of year in this section, because it's steep and tends to be a little chilly at the top. This side's facing south, so the temperatures are warmer here, but when I get up over the top, it can drop considerably. Anyway, this is what it looks like ahead of me. Took a stumble there. And that's where we're going. You can see the mountain here goes up rather steeply. I think the elevation at the top is about 2,200 feet. They're probably starting at about 800 or 1,000 maybe at the bottom, so I'm going to climb about 1,000, 1,200 vertical feet. Anyway, and continue on. And I'll put you on in another location. Just up ahead in the trail, you can see where it starts to go up steep. This is the hardest section of this trail. It goes on for, I don't know, a few hundred yards, maybe. It gradually gets steeper until I get over to that top of that section up there, and it flattens out a bit across the rim, and then starts to go up again. This is the toughest section right here, going up. So I am on the steepest section of this trail now, and that's what it looks like. For about 100 yards, it goes up. I don't know what the gradient would be, but let's just call it steep. So it's been a good grade up to this point, and then I have this up over the rim. Bit of a challenge. You know, I've done it before, so it's not a huge challenge, but if you don't hike a bit, this could be a tough climb. Anyway, that's what it looks like, and I'll talk to you more over the top. Okay, here I am at the top. I'm not sure how long it took me. I didn't time it. I would say probably about an hour. This is looking back, facing south into the valley. And this is me up here. Now the trail heads north from here, right up that way. And in the wintertime, when we have snow, often this slope will just be spotty. Most of the snow had melted away, and you'll see occasional patches, some ice on the trail. The trail tends to get icy as people pack it down. But you walk in that direction about 200 feet and you'll start to enter snow, and it can get quite deep. Over here you might have almost zero, and over there 100 yards you can be in a foot of snow or more. So this is my day pack choice for today. This is a US GI, medium-sized. I believe this is Mali backpack. I don't believe this gear is no longer used by the military. They've upgraded, so you can get these pretty cheap. It holds quite a bit. It's got 3 pockets on the outside here, large pockets. It's got 1 large pocket inside, and in the front, or in the back, which would be against my back, it's got a separate compartment. I'm not sure what it was used for, but I stuff my hat and gloves and soft things in there so that's against my back, and any hard objects sit on this part of in the knapsack, just for comfort. I use it as a rucksack, and it's great for day hikes. Okay, so I've organized my day pack into 2 piles. This is my everyday stuff. And here I have my lunch, 2 sandwiches and whole wheat bread. I'll eat this sometime during this hike. A pair of binoculars, just a small, inexpensive pair, but I use them quite often, and I always miss them when I forget them. I have roughly 2 liters of water this time of year. I'll drink all of this on this hike. I hydrate really well before I start, but I'll finish today with these bottles empty. I have water back at the car too, so I can water down when I get back. a pair of eyeglasses because I'm getting old and I need eyeglasses to see when I'm trying to read something. These two tins, in this tin, I have some plant tinder for fire starting. In this tin I have some char cloth, a striker, and a piece of chert. Those are toys. Over here are items I consider more survival. In here I have a first aid kit. I have medium-sized bandages, large bandages, some gauze, some bacitracin ointment for cuts. I have aspirin, probably about 6. I have 3 or 4 tablets of the good stuff, flu and cold medicine, and also I carry some anti-diarrhea medicine. In here is an extra liter of water, with a GI cup for heating water, alcohol fuel, there's probably about 6 ounces here, my stove, there's a lid for my canteen cup for boiling water, a stove and a pot stand. In here a little survival food, 2 packs of hot chocolate, which I'm not that fond of, but it's good survival food. A bag of oats, there's about 2 cups of oats in here for a hot meal, and a granola bar. I won't use any of this stuff today, unless I get stuck overnight. I don't plan on it. But it goes with me all the time, just as extra gear. If I were to get stuck out, I have extra water. I have a means of heating it. I have a poncho that I can use as a survival shelter if need be, a roof over my head. I have a hot meal, and that's it. Over here are just some essentials that I use as the weather changes. I mean, these are the kinds of things that, you know, we all probably have in our knapsack. It's a warm hat, a pair of 5-finger fleece gloves, and my Gore-Tex, 3-layer Gore-Tex jacket. This is great. It's a storm jacket. It's got a storm hood on it. It's heavy duty. The outside is very heavy. It's abrasion resistant, very waterproof. That'll keep me dry in a driving rain. It's also very wind resistant. It looks heavy, but it's not. It's very thin, and it probably weighs maybe in the neighborhood of 2 pounds. Maybe it's not a lot of jacket. Fits very nicely into my pack. So that is my day pack stuff. Just 2 other items that I failed to pull out of my knapsack that are very important. There's a spoon, a way to eat my hot food if I need it, and I also carry a headlamp. In case you were wondering, I have light and I do have a means of eating those oats. I started this hike about two hours ago, and the weatherman said that expect the temperatures to drop and get colder, and he was right. Temperatures dropped probably 5 degrees since I started, and it seems to be getting colder by the minute. Winds picked up. I'll bet the temperatures are probably in the mid-20s currently. Quite a bit colder than when I started.